to order, and it is 3:15, and I'm going to ask the clerk to call roll, please, and meeting statement.
Angelique Ashby, Bobby Singh Allen, Don Natoli,
Here.
Eric Guerra,
Here.
Garrett Gatewood,
Here.
Kevin
Recording in
Spies,
progress.
Present.
Mai Vang, Patrick Kennedy, Phil Cerna, Rich Desmond, Rick Jennings, Sean Laloe,
Here.
Sean Farmer, Sue Frost, Tim Schaefer, Saul Hernandez,
I'm here.
Chinua Rhodes,
Present.
and that's a quorum with 8 members. This meeting of the Sacramento Public Library Authority is cablecast live on Metro Cable 14, the local government affairs channel on the Comcast Consolidated Communications and AT&T Uverse cable systems. This meeting is closed captioned and live streamed at metro14live.saccounty.net. Today's meeting will be repeated Saturday, April 30 at 4 p.m. on Channel 14 and can also be viewed on Metro Cable 14's YouTube channel. This meeting will also be recorded via Zoom. A DVD copy will be available upon request no later than 2 weeks following today's meeting. The full agenda, including reports, is available on the library website at www.saclibrary.org. Members of the audience wishing to address the board should raise their hand in the Zoom program. Please speak clearly when addressing the board and state your name for the record. Comments are limited to 3 minutes so that everyone may be heard. Please also note that participation in this teleconference via telephone rather than the Zoom app may result in your telephone number being visible to the public during the live broadcast and later telecast of this meeting.
All right, thank you. Can everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Do we have any public comment not on the agenda?
Shane, are any hands raised in the Zoom program? There's no hands raised in the Zoom program.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on to presentations. Can I get the first presentation from Friends of the Sacramento Library? Anita Secure will present a video on BDOG.
Sounds a tad bit cryptic, I guess.
B-Dog? No, it's pretty straightforward.
It's on now.
I don't know.
Yep, it's on now.
Okay. So my name is Anita Scurry. I'm a past president of the Friends of the Sacramento Public Library and formerly president of the Friends of the Ardent Dimmock branch. I'd like to introduce book first to you by saying it started at Ardent Dimmock branch and then in a partnership with the library became a system-wide presentation of books, distribution of books to first graders in qualifying schools. And qualifying schools are low-income schools where at least 50% of the children get reduced or free price lunch. Reduced price or free lunch. Let me try that again. And it is a participation, a partnership with the library. We raise the funds, they get to spend them, and it's an audacious undertaking. And I'd like to, for those of you who are not familiar with the program, Shane is going to run a little video for you that explains what it's all about. So this is my pitch for the big day of giving, which raises funds for Book First. You never know what one book will do. I was sitting at a table pre-pandemic in the Art Endemic Library on the big day of giving, and a woman marched in. She was maybe about my age, maybe a little younger, and she handed me $100 in cash. And she said the reason she was doing this is because the library had a program where if you read a book and did a book report, you got a free book, and it was either Colonial Heights or Sylvan Oaks, I don't recall. It meant so much to her when she did the book report with the help of the librarian and got her free book that probably 40 to 50 years later, she still has that book. And she wanted to make sure that other children would be able to share in the joy of having a book of their own. Since its inception in 2015, through Book First, we have provided books, we, the library and the Friends of the Library, to nearly 60,000 first graders in low-income schools. The goal this year, we raised the money on the big day of giving, and actually we now have a button on our website that allows you to give any time of the year, dedicated just to Book First, and now summer reading, is $80,000. Delta Dental is once again our primary sponsor. They just awarded us a matching grant of $15,000, which is a really big deal for our all-volunteer organization, and we thank them for their support. So why are we raising $80,000, you might ask? Partly because the library has asked us to expand our campaign this year to include summer reading, to make up for some of the funding that was previously provided by the former Sacramento County Library Foundation and is no longer being provided. So we are attempting to fill some of that void. Our goal is to provide, because we're not providing one book to children, first graders, we're providing two books, a fact book and a fiction book, or whatever the term is in library language for that. 28,000 books to 14,000 first graders. And in addition, we want to support 25,000 youth readers through the summer reading program. That's a lot of books. And even though the library gets a really good bargain on them, we really need to raise the money. We are partners with the library, and our unified message is this: Book First encourages reading for enjoyment during the school year, and summer reading continues that during the summer. So you have a full year of books and reading for enjoyment. Both programs are also designed to encourage young readers to go to the library and see all the wonders available there, things that the library doesn't always talk about, if I can say that, having enlightened more than one person on the topic. Books for all reading levels and ages, early learning kits, movies, video games, and, when the pandemic permits, in-person programs. So each Book First packet this year includes a coupon redeemable at the library for additional free books. I think I just lost my microphone. These coupons are working. They're being redeemed already. So children are coming into the library to get another free book. That's how much it makes for them. So what do we want from you, you might ask? As the board that oversees library operations, donate, of course, if that's at all possible. But more importantly, or at least equally importantly, like us and share us on social media. So Heather nicely sent to you the email with all the tools, and I'm just holding up a paper copy of it because it has color on it, to make it really easy for your staffs to help us out by liking us and sharing us. It has suggested posts with photos, so we're trying to make it easy for you to join us in this lovely endeavor. Let your constituents know that you support the library and Book First, and through Book First, the Friends. So that's what we are asking of you. It seems like a good cause, and I don't know if anybody from the library wants to say anything about it, but I appreciate the time and being given the opportunity to speak to you. Does anyone have any questions?
No, thank you for everything you do. All right, I am going to skip ahead real quick to consent and the other one just because I might lose somebody. And I've gotten 3 eyeball looks like get it done. So we're going to move to that real quick. So I'm going to ask, is there any members that want to move the consent calendar ahead?
So moved.
Second.
Move approval.
All right, so we're going to go I did not know this gentleman's name, and I feel bad about that.
Tim Shaver.
Jeanwad Rhodes.
Say what?
Director Rhodes.
Okay. First is Donatoli, Director. Second is Director Rose, and roll call, please.
You have any public comment?
Oh, sorry. Public comment? Anything in the Zoom? Nothing? All right.
Donatoli.
Aye.
Eric Guerra.
Aye.
Jarrett Gatewood.
Aye.
Kevin Spees.
Aye.
Sean Laloe.
Aye.
Tim Schaefer.
Aye.
Saul Hernandez.
Aye.
Jeanwad Rhodes.
Aye.
And motion passes with 8 members present.
Excellent. I'm going to go on to action item 5.2. Can the clerk please read the item?
Item 5.1, authorize meetings to continue via teleconference during declared state of emergency.
I'm going to ask if anyone has a motion. Do I need to get public comment?
If I could just provide a little bit of explanation.
Sure.
So we put this on the agenda for the board to have some discussion. In March, you may recall, we decided we were going to switch to a hybrid format, which under the old Brown Act rules that allowed for teleconference meetings, but you had to notice your locations and participate from a publicly accessible location. We did this in part because of the relaxation of a lot of local health standards that were recommending social distancing, and that was the basis of our previous declaration, or our previous, I'll try to be quick. Previous to that, we were meeting under the Brown Act's temporary rules related to remote meetings that allowed for everyone to be remote and to just use a Zoom link. The legislation that allows for that is based on there being a proclaimed state of emergency and measures from state or local officials recommending social distancing, or your entity would need to make a finding that that meeting in person presents imminent risks to the health and safety of the attendees. And so given that there were some concerns about this meeting, different jurisdictions are handling their meetings in different ways, so we thought we would put this on the agenda so that everyone could discuss it and determine if they wanted to proceed under the old rules that allow us to do just remote meetings, or if we want to proceed as we are at this meeting, which is kind of the hybrid approach where we notice everybody's location. Again, different jurisdictions are handling it differently, so we wanted to be able to have some discussion. If you want to proceed with under the temporary standard, you would need to find that meeting in person presents imminent risks to the health and safety of those attending meetings. And so alternatively, we can proceed the way we did this month and have everybody's location noticed, which still allows people to participate remotely or in person. The latter being my recommendation, but we wanted to give you all the opportunity to discuss it and decide how you wanted to proceed.
Okay. Directors, what do you guys feel about this being an imminent danger? Having us back with everybody again? Any comment?
Mr. Chair? Yeah, so is that the declaration that now the health order is still in effect? Is that correct? Not meeting, but I thought that there was still a public health order that we were operating under, but that's not the case anymore, Jennifer?
There is still the state of emergency at
Yes,
the
that's
state
right.
level,
Yeah.
but the legislation requires that there be a state of emergency and a local or state order about social distancing,
Okay.
or this board would need to determine that there's an imminent health risk.
Again, we sit on a number of boards. I don't know that we've declared. I think we've continued with the month-to-month determination. I didn't know it required making an imminent health hazard was part of the finding in order to do that. We've made the finding to continue month-to-month in some cases. I don't know that any of us, unless you're a doctor, is positioned to make it imminent health. I mean, we have chambers here. People can be socially distanced. Folks are free to choose to mask or not. But I think the remote conferencing, again, if people are willing to post it at their various locations, continuing that, Mr. Chair, I'm fine with that, but it may have to return to as I never said formally, we used to have to, you could do that, but you had to give notice. And if you're doing it from your house, you got to keep your front door open. So if people want to come in and join you for the meeting, but I'm being cute about it. But at any rate, you'll have to make it public available wherever you meet. So I guess I don't know that I'm prepared to say there's an imminent health. I don't know, Peter, if you want to weigh on behalf of the staff, if there's concerns from a staff perspective. Obviously, you folks have to join us for these meetings, so I guess I'd look to you. Any thoughts you might have as well? Thanks, Mr. Chair.
All right, thank you. Directors, any other opinions out there, guys?
Well, yeah, I do. So as a part-time city council person and from an outlying area, I certainly appreciate the ability to have time in my in my local office and not spending it commuting down to Sacramento. So I appreciate the format as we have it today. Now, if the other members want to go back to chamber, I'm certainly happy to do it, but I prefer this format if possible.
Okay.
And I'm not willing to say that there's an imminent health danger, right? So if everybody says, let's go back to chambers, let's do it.
Yeah.
Chair, can I clarify?
Yes,
Mr.
you may.
Chair.
Go ahead and clarify. Hold on one second. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to say that under either option, you will still have the option to participate as you did today remotely, as long as you notice your location and that you're a publicly accessible location. Another option, if we do have members who are, obviously today we're having some issues getting a quorum. We could always have people go, if people wanted to, they could participate from a public library near them. If people aren't wanting to notice their home location and aren't wanting to come in, or if they don't have an option of an office like you do, Director Spies. So we could look at maybe having some library locations where people could participate from. Given what happened today, I'm a little concerned about our ability to get a quorum.
Yeah, I would prefer everyone came back. That's kind of my thing, but I understand the functionality of being able to notice where you're from and then remote in. So I know I don't believe that it's what was the menacing health standard of doom that we had to say? Imminent health danger. Yeah, I don't think that's relevant. But so if we don't say that, but we still want to keep the kind of joint meeting thing, what's the rule on that? How do we make that happen?
So we would proceed the same way we did today, where we would notice people's location. People have to participate. It has to be a publicly accessible location that our directors are participating from.
Okay.
But directors can continue to meet via Zoom as long as we've noticed their location, and the public can participate via Zoom as well.
Okay. Other board members, do you guys agree with that? Oh, Eric, I see your hand raised. Barely.
Oh, yeah, this was probably more for Director Coyle. I know, from the, just at the point of the imminent health risk or, I guess, on at least at the city side, mainly because we have so many hearings and from our boards and commissions, and we have a very limited clerk staff that has to attend to, I think, 26 different commissions. The exposure risk on our end was a little higher, but now that may be different for the library authority. So that may be a factor that maybe Peter, you may consider and at least give some direction of whether there is a imminent health risk. Just given, and I know it's in a different situation with the city, and we're looking at trying to transition. It's taking us a little longer because we have a different format. But I agree with board member Spies that the virtual format does allow for those that are further out to be able to participate and the public to participate and also still accomplish a lot if you have to spend half an hour or more to get to the meeting and then have to go back to your community meeting another half hour. I think there are some benefits here that we've learned as well. But maybe the question is for Director Coyle to see if there is any staff concerns or that would warrant an imminent health risk consideration.
Peter?
Yeah, Chair, thank you, Mr. Aguirre, for the question. From the staff perspective, we don't think there's a imminent health risk. Our staff certainly are dealing with the public on a daily basis. We have removed social distancing and requirements for masks in the library. So from our perspective, having the board meet in person is not something that we feel is a health risk. I think the idea of having the hybrid would be ideal, and we certainly could make library locations available to any member that would want to. We have 28 beautiful facilities, and it might give people a chance to check out another library that they haven't been to in a while.
Yeah, I kind of like how that works, that if you're not going to miss the library board meeting here, you're in an actual library. Somehow that's kismet. I kind of like that. That works. All right. So do we need to take a vote on that? Because it kind of like we kind of just want to talk about it.
If we're not going to, we don't, if you want to, we can continue proceeding as is. The resolution that's included in the packet is if you wanted to make a finding about an imminent health risk and return to the all remote meetings. No. So.
We're good with the way we have it right now. Am I speaking for everybody?
We could take a motion, I guess, to just to be clear.
Yeah, I'd like to take a motion real quick, guys, to say keep it how we've been doing it, as long as you guys all keep showing up.
Please.
All right. Can I have a second?
Second.
All right. Roll call.
Donna Tolley,
Aye.
Eric Guerra,
Aye.
Garrett Gatewood,
Aye.
Kevin Spees,
Aye.
Sean Laloe,
Aye.
Tim Schaefer,
Aye.
Saul Hernandez,
Aye.
Chinua Rhodes.
Aye.
The motion passes with 8 members present.
All right, guys, thank you. All right, so now we're going to go back to presentations, and we're going to hear for the National Library Workers' Day, Peter will present.
Great. Thanks, Chair Gatewood.
All right.
So this is agenda item 3.2, and I'll read the proclamation. Actually, I'm going to be joined by Jared Keller and Kathy Crosswaite. We're going to tag team this.
All right.
A proclamation recognizing public library staff in honor of National Library Workers' Day 2022. Whereas National Library Workers' Day is observed throughout the country and in Sacramento as a day for library staff to be recognized for the contributions they make in communities across North America. And
whereas National Library Workers' Day was observed on April 5th, 2022, and COVID-19 social distancing protocols prevented managers from thanking staff in person. And whereas on National Library Workers' Day, Library Director and CEO Peter Coyle sent a message to library staff expressing his appreciation for their tireless efforts and hard work in supporting our library users by providing excellent customer service. And
whereas the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board offers its concurrence with the sentiments expressed by the library director and further expresses its own admiration, respect, and thanks for the rich programs and services offered by the talented and creative staff of the Sacramento Public Library, as well as recognition of their tireless efforts to provide excellent and dedicated customer service during particularly trying and constrained circumstances. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board does hereby recognize Sacramento Public Library's employees and their dedication to their jobs and the communities they serve. Issued this 28th day of April, 2022.
All right. Excellent. Can I move on to 3.3, National Volunteers Week, and that's by Lisa Gotu, and the volunteer will present.
Hello. Okay, we're all here, and we also have someone virtual. So I'd like to say hello to the members of the Library Authority Board. My name is Leslie Goto, and don't worry, everyone mispronounces it. And I'm the very nervous volunteer coordinator for the Sacramento Public Library. Thank you for recognizing our volunteers today. I'd like to publicly thank our library volunteers and the staff of our branches that work closely with them. Our volunteers impact our community in so many ways. For example, last year during the pandemic, our friends continued with their book sales and donations out at the Book Den. they just kept going. They were amazing. Our friends also are a big help with Book First, which is an amazing program that Anita told you about. We also were able to offer virtually literacy and ESL tutoring, homework zone, using teenagers as to help kids from grades 1st through 8th grade with their homework, English conversation group, which Philip runs, and Book First, which I mentioned, Job Coach virtual, which was quite the pivot, and we also had make and take kits that were available curbside for people who wanted to help but wanted to do it remotely at home. Those were Book First packets, fidget blankets that were made by people with sewing skills, and we donated them to senior living areas, and also adult journaling to help people with the pandemic. So I am grateful to all of you for helping with that. And I'd like to introduce you to Philip Louie. He's our library associate in our literacy program. So Philip, please introduce your guest.
Yes, thanks very much for having us. As Leslie was saying, my name is Philip Louie, and I'm a library associate with Sacramento Public Library's adult literacy programs. And I mostly work with volunteers, such as Amanda Cochran here, who I'm going to introduce, as well as learners, such as Nadira here. And they've been gracious enough to come and present a proclamation to you. And we're just very appreciative that you are giving us this time now. It's really thanks to volunteers and learners such as Nadira and Amanda that our program has been able to continue. It's been very challenging during these times, as you might imagine. But these pairs have been willing to meet remotely, which presents a number of challenges. Before, they would meet in person at library branches, but by meeting remotely on Zoom, they've still been able to make a lot of progress towards really improving a lot of lives in our community. So I'd like to present Amanda and Nadira, and they're going to read a proclamation to you about volunteer appreciation.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having us here today. My name is Amanda Cochran. I've been working with Nadira in a volunteer capacity for about 2 months, and she's already made so much progress. I'm really excited to not only work with her in that, but just develop a relationship and a partnership in the community. Nadira, do you want to do a quick introduction before we read this?
Sure. Hello everyone, my name is Nadira. I'm from Afghanistan. I moved to US since 2017. Thank you so much from the Sacramento Public Library to connect me with a nice tutor, and I want to reach my goal to improve my English and also knowledge, to get more knowledge to reach my goals. Thank you.
All right, so we will be reading this proclamation. So, whereas National Volunteer Week will be celebrated in public libraries throughout the country and Sacramento County and all of the cities and communities therein from April 17, 2022 to April 23, 2022. And whereas in 2021, during this unprecedented year of closures and limited service due to the COVID-19 pandemic, Sacramento Public Library volunteers were able to provide a total of 37,446 hours of service in libraries. Examples of the volunteer service provided include adult and teen volunteers providing 19,651 hours in support of library operations, adult literacy volunteers providing 5,735 hours of tutoring for adults wanting to improve their education levels, ballot box volunteers providing 402 hours to ensure the safety and validity of 2021's California elections, and 11,658 Friends volunteer hours providing assistance in shelving, pulling holds, selling books at the local branches and at the Friends of the Library book den sales, and presenting and distributing books to Sacramento County first graders. The volunteer support at $29.95 per hour equates to more than $1,121,500 in support, or the equivalent of 18 full-time employees. And
And whereas volunteers show their commitment to service to the community by homework coaching, English conversation groups, adult literacy tutoring, make and take kits, data entry, shelf reading, book storing, book selling, job coaching, advocacy and outreach, and whereas volunteers are passionate about Sacramento Public Library and the communities it serves. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Sacramento Public Library Authority Board does hereby proclaim April 17 through April 23 as Volunteer Week and thanks the 1,091 volunteers who support the enhance our libraries.
Thank you.
Very good.
That was very good.
Thank you. I just have one other thing. I wanted to introduce you to our virtual job coach, Chirag Mehta, and fittingly, he's joining us virtually. Is he there, Shane? So I just wanted to let you know that Chirag has been really important because he has been a dedicated job coach at the Fair Oaks Library since 2014. And when the pandemic changed everything, Chirag calmly accepted the switch to virtual without missing a beat. So our virtual job coach program is successful because of volunteers like Chirag helping our communities with workforce development and job preparedness. Chirag, can you say hello virtually? Are you still here? Is he? Uh-oh.
He's got a wonderful smile and he's holding it well.
Well, he was online earlier, so I'm sorry, I don't want to take up your time, but I just want to say thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Mr. Chair.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to say that certainly with the all of our presentations today, we're very blessed to have a dedicated workforce and talk about our Library Worker Appreciation Day, talk about our Volunteer Week. We've heard from some of our volunteers. We have some of our support organizations that they do excellent work. And I think all those things combined, obviously, with other areas that we're supported in really do make our public library system, certainly one of the best anywhere that I'm aware of. And again, I just wanted to join certainly with all those that have been recognized, but to just say thank you and express gratitude for the good work. It makes a difference. Lives of people from all walks of life, all ages, very diverse community. But the library serves people very, very well in this community. Obviously, that's why we serve on this board, but I just wanted to recognize that. So kudos to everyone here today, all those that are listening, and thanks to Shrock and for coaching virtually, because that has made it very difficult, certainly for library staff, library volunteers, library support organizations, and others, and those that we want to connect with. But we've come through it. We're still working our way through to the other side, but libraries were a key part of mental health and well-being during some of the most difficult times in 100 years in this country and certainly in our community. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, let's move on to an executive report, 6.1. I'm going to go ahead and call on Peter. Oh, I'm sorry. Clerk, can you please read the item?
Item 6.1, Executive Team Report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I provided a written report. I do want to highlight two things. One is there's an update about our library early learning, and I just like to point out that program is grant funded, and that dovetails nicely with the programs that the Friends talked about with the Big Day of Giving. So there's a lot of synergy among all the programs we do with our fundraising and our support organizations to really be about encouraging literacy and learning. And if any board member wants to attend one of these stay and play workshops or outdoor events that the staff do, we'd be happy to have you come and see the great work that our staff are doing. This program described in the packet is a pilot that we were part of a grant-funded initiative of a handful of libraries that were selected, and it's been very successful. So we're looking forward to expanding that program and continuing it. Our staff have found lots of success among the parents and caregivers that show up and among the children as well. And I do want to recognize, too, that one of our staff members, Cassandra Isaka, was selected to be a part of a panel at the Public Library Association conference last month in Portland. That conference happens every 2 years, and it's a very selective process about who is selected to do panels. And she was selected to be part of the panel on public libraries as a lifeline for adult English language learners, which I think bodes well and speaks well of the program and the caliber of our staff. So I'd just like to highlight that that program is one that was shared nationally with colleagues and other library professionals at this conference. So I think something for us to be very proud of. And I'm happy to answer any questions about other things that are in the report, but you can read it at your leisure.
All right, board members, any questions? All right, seeing none, we are going to move on to number 7, information. Clerk, please read the information.
Item 7, information.
Mm-hmm. Do we have other people doing it?
No.
Okay.
Johnny's here if you have questions.
All right. Looks like we have a monthly financial report and a monthly treasurer's report. Do any of my board members have any questions over these documents? Okay, great. Seeing none, I'm going to ask the board, is there any ideas, reports, or questions? Seeing none, I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting at 3:51. Thanks, guys.